All right, this is Revelations 18, verse 21. It says, and the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea. Right? The sea is the people. Right? The sea is the people. Saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. As I said, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, which is America. America is going to be thrown down by violence. But what's going to come here to the streets of America? You're going to have race war. You're going to have a civil war. And in the midst of that, you're going to have World War III going on. Right? That's what's going to take place here. All these wars are going to take place here. To back that up, this is 2nd Ezra 13. Read Revelations 18:21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Right? I said that great city Babylon is America. America is Mystery Babylon the Great. And the Lord is saying with violence is how America going to be torn down. Right? As I said, you're going to have race war, you're going to have a civil war, you're going to have a class war. All that is going to happen here. All right? This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 31. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another. One city against another. One place against another. One people against another. And one realm against another. So you're going to have spiritual battles going on. Understand? It's a battle on all levels going to be taking place here. Right? That's how America going to be thrown down. Right? And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I show thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest of the man ascending. So in the midst of all these things, come back again. In the midst of all these things is when the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is going to come back. In the midst of all these things is when the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ is going to come back. All right? It says, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. So with all that going to happen now, right, you're going to have the nations coming together, right? All right? As I said, you're going to have everybody coming together to fight against the Lord. Right? Everybody's going to come together to try to fight against the Lord. All right? So let's get Revelation 19. Read that again. This is 2nd Ezra 13, verse 34. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But I said all nations are going to come together to try to fight against the Lord. All right. This is Revelations 19. It says, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. All right. Same thing we just read. Again, let's get 2nd Ezra 13. Second Ezra 13. 2nd Ezra 13, 37. Let me read Revelations again. This is Revelations 19:19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. The 2nd Ezra 13, verse 37. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked invention of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he destroyed them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire. Revelations 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. Right? And with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. All right? So he said, notice it mentioned the mark of the beast, right? The RFID chip. If you take this RFID chip, the mark of the beast, right, you're going to get cast, right, in the lake of fire and brimstone. You understand? Let's get Revelation the 14th chapter. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation the 13 and 16. Right? Let's touch on this mark of the beast. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So a time is going to come, right, that you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have this mark. All right? You won't be able to do nothing unless you have this mark, right? Because buying and selling, it also includes what? Your housing, right? Because you have to pay rent, you have to pay mortgage, right? You have to buy clothes. So what? So buying and selling also cover your food, clothes, and shelter. The necessities of life. The necessities of life is food, clothes, and shelter, right? But if you don't have this mark, you won't have food, clothes, or shelter. Understand? You won't have that, right? It says that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Understand what I'm saying? Let's get Revelation, the 14th chapter. Revelations 14 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right, and cause as many as would not worship the beast, and the image of the beast should be killed. Salakia, Revelations 14 and 9. Salakia on that. This is Revelation 14 and 9. This is what I read a warning. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. And if you get this RFID chip, right, so you could buy or sell, so you could survive in the world, right? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascend up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth his mark of his name. Understand, the bottom line is, if you receive this mark, the RFID chip, so you can have your food, clothes, and shelter, so you could save your life, all right? Or if you could maintain the status that you have right now in society, right? You're going to die in that destruction. You're going to die in that destruction. All right? Let's get This is Ecclesiasticus 13, verse 14. Right? It says, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for his salvation. You're supposed to love the Most High with all your life. And bottom line is, who else is going to deliver you out of the destruction coming? You're going to have to call upon him for your salvation. Because ain't nobody else could take you out of it. No man have the power to deliver you out of what's coming upon the earth but him. Right? It says, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for thy salvation. Right? It says, every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth his neighbor. Right? Meaning, every beast loveth his life, even with people. Because like is going to stick to like. Understand what I'm saying? Like mind would stick to like minds. Right? All flesh consorteth according to kind. A man will cleave to his like. All flesh according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. Right? Just like we, as a nation of people, we're supposed to cleave to each other. Right? Even as a nation of people, we cleave to each other. But even among our nation of people, right, we're going to have certain brothers that only cleave to certain brothers. As the Lord said, who's his brother, who's his sister, who's his mother, who's his father? Right? Them that do the will of the Most High. Understand? So those men who do the will of the Most High, in sincerity and truth, they're going to cleave together. Understand? They're going to be the ones that cleave together. Because like will always stick to like. Right? A warrior will cleave to a warrior. Understand? A coward can't be amongst a warrior. Understand? He don't fit in. Alright? It says, verse 17, what fellowship has the wolf with the lamb, or the sinner with the godly? Right? What fellowship of the wolf with the lamb? Right? The wolf is a predator. The lamb is the prey. Right? Understand? One feed off the other. Right? The godly and the sinner, we've got nothing alike. Alright? Why? Because the sinner is wicked, the godly is righteous. Right? Verse 18, what agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? Right? What peace is there between the rich and the poor? Right? The rich man is like the wolf. The poor is like the sheep. The rich people feed on the poor people. That's how they get their riches. Alright? It says, verse 19, as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. Exactly. So do the rich people eat up the poor people. Understand? As the proud hate humility, so does the rich abhor the poor. Understand? So the rich man hates you. You can read that in the book of James, the 5th chapter. Right? Verse 21. The rich man beginneth to fall, he is held up of friends. It says if a rich man starts to fall, his friends will hold him up. Right? It will be a crutch unto him. Right? But a poor man being down is thrust also away by his friends. But when you're poor, when you're down and out, you get thrown to the dirt by your friends. Why? Because to them, they see you as a burden. Right? Because you're poor, they consider you as a burden. You're always in want and you're always in need because you're